Hey everybody, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And the wife's actually on camera as we're doing a quick deck deck. And I have both Reindeer and Elf ears on because I said yes for some weird reason.
Because you love me.
Yeah, that's completely it. Alright, so we're finishing up the list the league from last week's list as we're doing our final stream of 2022, getting ready for the holidays. And I hope everybody has a blessed and good holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. But because of traveling next couple of weekends, we will not be, unfortunately, able to do live streams. So, list we've been working on was kind of an amalgamation of a lot of different things. We've been running the 2 copies of Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer, otherwise known as the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Then obviously Swift Spear Goblin Guide, and only running 3 Eidolons. Because, you don't want to burn down the house with the relatives and at least too much this time of year.
Sure you do.
Beyond that list, we're not running any Skullcracks in the main deck. We're running 3 copies of Lightning Helix. Life gain hasn't really been a huge thing this holiday season. Recently, whereas killing creatures in instant speed kind of is. So Helix is a little bit better than Skullcrack in that regard. And then beyond that, most of the lists we've been seeing, we've been playing a lot of the same things. Instead of the 5th canopy land like Sunbay Canyon, we're running the Sekenzin. The channel ability sometimes comes up. Other than that, it's a mountain. Obviously, it doesn't deal us damage. Doesn't draw us a card, but does have some utility with obviously putting the 2/2 tokens with haste into play. Rest of the sideboard we've been working on, Deflecting Palm. Sometimes you got to return gifts this holiday season, and sometimes they just blow up in the opponent's faces. Path to Exile, when you need to get the Grinch out of the way to kill them. Firecraft, when somebody just keeps telling you no and you just gotta tell them yes. Smash to Smithereens, sometimes the toys just need blown up. Roiling Vortex, sometimes you just don't like people getting all the freebies and they just gotta get charged a little bit extra. Gotta pretend you're the IRS for Christmas. And Sanctifier and Vec, sometimes you need protection from the stove, protection from all the darkness out there. So, Sanctifier and Vec. But that said, let's get into the last couple matches and hope we end up on a good note for 2022. Alright, we're back for match number 1 against Too Tall Tim.
He's too tall.
Apparently. We're on the draw. We have 1 copy of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, couple of Lightning Bolt, Lava Spike. Can't cast these 3 spells unless either Ragavan lives or we draw another land. Against the Giganta deck, usually Tron, it's not Scam. We'll try it, but on the possible we should be mulliganing this hand with only being 1 lander.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. Oh, it's a... Oh, we are dead. Never mind. Oh, wait, what is going on? The only deck that I know that plays Wild Cantor is freaking Belcher, but Belcher doesn't play any lands. I have no idea what's going on. Wow. Yeah, that's just... I've literally never seen a Wild Cantor out of a deck that otherwise looks like a slow burn deck start. Okay, looks like we're going to get Searing Blazed here. Never mind. Burn decks do not fetch basic planes. Manamorphose? Okay. Sure.
Seeing you confused is priceless.
I'm sure. I've literally never seen this combination of cards in a deck of Magic before.
Good job, player. I like this confused the husband.
Go, Grinchy, go. Okay. I've at least seen this one out of a deck with planes before. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. No, 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 no. I presume they're going to block with one of these two. Wow, they actually block with the Judge's Familiar. I am surprised. Because that feels like a card that you would want. Yeah, I need to tap off for the red mana. Okay, red mana, Grinch dead. I guess I am the Grinch this season.
No, you're not. You're wearing antlers. This is the least.
Maybe I'm the 9th reindeer, Grumpy.
Oh, I thought you were Max.
No, that was Chet.
No, I was meaning the dog on the Grinch.
Oh. No, I'm more Chet. No, Dale's the one that got fat from all the candy.
He looks like Chet with the reindeer I don't know how to take you.
For those of you who don't know, Chet was the 9th reindeer that from
Santa Claus Street.
Would you let me get the words out my mouth?
No, I don't know how.
Yes, we know.
Anyway, I'll shut up.
I still have no idea what is going on. What kind of deck plays Wild Cantor and yet plays all the rest of this stuff? There's got to be a reason for it. I wonder if my opponent's playing something wacky like, oh. Okay. There's an enchantment that allows you to recur creatures. I can't remember what it's called. Enduring, it's not an Enduring Ideal. Enduring, maybe it is Enduring Ideal. Okay. No, I think Enduring Ideal is the... No. Is this the one I'm looking for? Oh, Enduring Renewal. 2 white, play with your hand revealed. If you would draw a card, reveal the top card of your library instead. If it's a creature card, put in your graveyard, otherwise draw a card. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from play, return it to your hand. With all these creatures having like recursive abilities, I would not actually be surprised if they're running some type of weird Enduring Ideal combo deck, or just like value deck of some kind. It's just a weird thought, but just with our opponent, with what the opponent's playing, it's just some unique stuff. So Showdown of the Skulls. Okay. Okay, apparently there's just a General Feroc. Ferris Rock. Yes, they're very, quite contrary. That'd be very, quite contrary.
People use it for fairy tricks, so.
Yeah.
If it rhymes, it works.
Alright. Put you down to 2, so you can only cast spells that cost 4 or more. And you concede. Okay.
I would hate you for that
What?
Only cast spells for 4 or more.
Well, they were at 2 life, and Eidolon says you take damage if you cast spells costing less than that.
Oh.
So it wasn't that they couldn't cast spells, it's they would die if they did, so they technically couldn't. Okay, all we saw was red crap out of them, so Sanctifier and Vex seems good? Question mark? No, you can't currently be seen on camera.
I know, I'm not trying to be.
Ah. But other than that, I really have no idea what our opponent has going on, other than they're playing General Feroc Obama.
Where's your Mr. Grinch card?
Ragavan steals from the opponent's stuff. That's why I called it Mr. Grinch.
I like that card.
Most people call it the dumb monkey, because it does way too many things. It steals from the rich, or steals from the poor and gives to the rich.
Oh, so it's not Robin Hood.
No. It is most definitely not. It is one of the most selfish cards in Magic the Gathering. Too Tall Tim plays his mountain and goes. Oh, he has the Grinch. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the Grinch is going to get to hit us. We will play a creature, attempt to block, but they will probably have some way to kill it, so... If they don't, I am 100% blocking. Shocker. They have a way to kill it. Oh, they stole a Boros charm. So the Grinches are bringing the Russians to Christmas.
That's so wrong.
It's really called Boros charm, but I often call it Boros charm by mistake. Alright. Feels weird to play creatures and not attack, but I really think as much as they are down on resources, blocking this monkey is a priority. It's Metamorphosis in time. Still don't understand. Oh, that helps them get spells off their General Feroc. Because it's a multicolored card, and General Feroc creates 4/4 golems. I guess we could call them toy soldiers. I don't know.
It's a misfit toy.
I kind of understand what their deck is doing now once I saw General Feroc and Scalds, but it does seem like their deck is a little... eh. But I can't kill the Grinch, so this could be the problem. Okay, I am blocking the Grinch. I suppose you have another Grinch. Oh, you don't have another Grinch. Okay, we'll cast the Goblin God. We will dash our version of the Grinch. Opponent is drawing a wild contour. Well, we may as well cast that. Why not? Doesn't do much, but it does something, I suppose. We have Wild Contour from Too Tall Tim. Oh, there's another monkey. There's Grinches everywhere! 'Tis the holiday season, grumpy doos, hickory dock. Trigger. Oh. Looks like you guys are being giving out too many gifts to the opponent here. Okay. I'm perfectly happy for the Grinch to block my goblin. That so doesn't sound right. We're definitely having a interesting vernacular stream tonight. We have Grinches and goblins and grumpy roommates. Oh, we don't have any of those, just neighbors. Like a good neighbor.
Do the monkeys, do they have flying?
No.
Oh, good, they're not from Oz.
No. I don't even think there is a flying monkey in all of Magic.
They need to create an Oz deck then.
That'd be an awesome idea.
That was horrible. Don't quit your day job.
Don't worry, I don't think my wife would let me.
Oh, I don't think she would either. Well, she might. But not in the near future. Maybe in 30 years.
In my next 30 years.
I'm gonna have some fun.
Hey, my opponent's got to have a lot of spells next turn. Actually at risk of dying next turn.
Only if you stop breathing.
I'll delete the Commodian.
Not burn from the test.
Oh,
Yep.
I suppose you're going to blame that one on me?
No.
Oh. And who's the Commodian in your life?
My dad.
Ah. Okay. So they play a Cantor. They've got to cast these spells or they're just going to go away. Could say like certain people's Christmas gifts went away this weekend, but you know, they know who they are. Okay, sure. It's time for Boros Charm to be cast. Yep, they cast Boros Charm. Go figure.
You figured right.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Wow, that is very, Alright, so now I have to go... Fortunately, this means we're not going to gain life, but... Opponent's creature will die. Our creature will die. And now we gotta get a little bit lucky. Not like that. So I could take 2 damage, go to 1. Or I can sack this for a white. White, Sanctifier and Vec. This will check their land. That means we'll take 1 damage. Now I can hold on to this land, or for Searing Blaze purposes, or play it out and be able to cast another Sanctifier if we draw it. I think I'll hold off. I'll hold the land in our hand just in case. But now we're in this kind of weird stalemate. Until they just draw a bolt and kill us. It's a we draw. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of free for them to do this because they can still activate their Den of the Keebler Elves. And they're goblins, they're not really Keebler Elves. Okay, they put their reindeer in their hand. Alright, pass turn. Can't attack or we're dead. Okay. Draw something. We're dead next turn. Yeah, that was not the something I was looking for. Now I won't be able to cast any spells after this turn. Unless my opponent attacks, then I'll be able to do something. Sure. Opponent's attacking with everything. We get to block here, take 2. And then, okay, they have yet another creature to play. Alright, we are just dead this game. Okay. So I guess we can almost board like this is the burn mirror at this point then. Still mostly like what we have going on. I could bring in Deflecting Palm, but I don't think it's particularly relevant. Most of their stuff we can just burn with burn spells other than Giganta itself, at least what we've seen so far. Sand's pretty decent. Monastery Swizzle Spear into Firecrackers. Mm-hmm. You just like things that go boom. Gonna get basic mountain here to maintain our life total a little bit. Get the Swizzle Spear going. Our opponent doesn't play the Grinch on one, and pass turn. Actually, I think Judge's Familiar would be more annoying than playing. If they bolt us or bolt Swizzle Spear here, we're in trouble. Yeah, and of course they do that. Well, I guess we suspend Rift Bolt and play the Grinch that we drew. Could have dashed the Grinch, but with only being stuck on 2 lands, makes more sense to just play this out. Obviously, this opens it up to things like Rip Apart that we saw in Game 1, but you know, if that's the removal spell they have, then so be it. Okay, they have Lightning Helix, sure. These are the kind of draws that we kind of struggle against. Especially if they have General Feroc Obama next turn. Alright, Eidolon's a reasonable card. These kind of like games where burn, their opponent's life total is like 19 or 20 after 2 or 3 turns. They've killed a couple of creatures already. It's really not the best to have a handful of like a couple of burn spells because it only represents like 7 or 8 of your opponent's life total, and you really need creatures to connect some amount of damage. Feels like our opponent might have a monkey in hand. Have a little bit of monkey business going on over there. Just pass, hold up as much of our mana as possible. Or it could have been possible they have General Feroc and they don't want to expose it without getting a toy soldier out of it. So they're probably waiting until they have a 1-drop. Or they just have a Path to Exile. Okay, that's an interesting one. Oh, they must have brought it in because of Sanctifier last game. Yep, they don't have General Feroc, or they wouldn't be cycling these Manamorphoses. Or this Manamorphose before casting spells. Their deck seems really, really weak without the General in play, though. Like, obviously, Ragavan's a good card. The rest of their deck's like, okay, but Wild Cantor is just not generally a modern playable card. That said, they still could beat us, but, you know, Christmas season, we're in a giving mood, I guess. Okay. So just literally going to play, or cycle to play their commander. Not their commander. I have officially been playing too much Commander this weekend.
Maybe.
I'm going to hold up Bolt this cycle. I realize I probably should not have Boros Charm main phase, but I want to hold up in case they have a Dashing Monkey. If not, we get to go Bolt, Helix, Skewer, and then they're just dead. Okay, they get to play General Feroc Obama. If they have Helix, does it change the math on anything? I don't think so, because they have to take 2 damage to cast it. I think we just go Bolt your face. Hope to draw a land. Is that lethal? I don't think it is, but we can certainly make their life. Oh, that has hexproof from monocolored. Wonderful. So I shouldn't have cracked my fetch land there. Forgot about the random ability he has. Hexproof for monocolored is just so weird. So if they have a Helix here, they're gonna go to. Okay, I guess they have nothing. Sure. So those lands are now dead as far as casting spells, so they can't cast their commander. Their companion, not their commander. I've played too much commander this weekend. Thank yous to my nephew and brother. Whereas my mom likes to refer to it as commando.
That's so wrong.
You've heard her say that before.
I thought she was referring to
She misunderstood it and called it commando instead of commander, which is absolutely hilarious. Sounds like other things, but you know.
I just didn't ever correlate.
Now you've correlated and you just go,
That sounds like me.
Alright, well, we can do this. Targeting this. This kills you. And even if you have a Lightning Helix, you're dead to Bolt. So. Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet? How about now? How about now? Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Are they dead, Jim?
Did they understand the assignment?
Yeah, they bolted themselves.
Good. They understood. I understood the assignment.
Alright, we are back for the final match of 2022. Against Menino Nay, I've... Oh.
What's wrong?
I recognize the name, but I don't know why.
Well, maybe the deck will show you why.
I'm pretty sure they are one of the modern trophy leaders. They are indeed. I believe they usually play Living End. I could look it up, I suppose.
You still have the Grinch in your deck, though, right?
Yes, I still have the Grinch in the deck.
I like the Grinch.
Of course you like
Because you nicknamed it the Grinch, I guess.
Hola, Bom Hogo. I'm presuming that's a nice way of saying hello. Hola, Bom Hogo. Okay, it looks like they are, in fact, on Living End. The fox and lamb kept time. Okay, they are in fact on Living End. I think they might be a Portuguese player, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we are definitely getting violently outbursted. And we're getting good griefed, too. Okay, opponent's going to 11. I know they have a Sanctum in hand, so they're not taking any more damage from their lands. So they're going to grief us again. What? Hola, Bamu.
Hola.
So it doesn't look like Spanish, so I actually think it is Portuguese.
Hello, good game.
That's what I thought. They're generally, I've interacted with them on Twitter. They're generally a fairly reasonable individual. 3, 6, 9, 12. So I think I just... Okay. 3, 6, 9, 12. If they cast Violent Outburst, which we already know they have in hand, we're just dead. So I actually have to cast Ragavan and hope to draw another 1 damage spell next turn. Either Bolt, Spike, or Skewer the Critics. Which, considering we have already cast several of them this game, that's extremely unlikely. Why wouldn't they? Okay, sure, whatever. And if they have Force of Negation, none of this matters whatsoever, but... But what language is it, honey? Is it Portuguese?
Oh, let me check. Because I still got it on my phone.
I was not expecting to win that game. Alright, so... Now that I know what deck they're on, I'm not going to feel so bad about looking at their deck lists, but...
It is Spanish.
Oh, it is Spanish?
Or no, it's not. Hang on, it changed on my thing. Dang.
I'm going to say, that does not seem like Spanish, unless it's a shorthand that I'm not familiar with.
Portuguese.
That's what I thought. I don't know if he's Brazilian or if he's actually Portuguese.
Brazil usually speaks Spanish.
No, Brazil is Portuguese.
Oh, I thought they were more Spanish.
No, they are the only South American country that speaks Portuguese.
Learn something new every day. Now I can call it a day. And good night.
Good night.
No, I'm not really going to bed. Are you nuts? Yes.
Are we talking about in relation to this question or just overall if I'm nuts? That's a completely different...
That's why I said don't answer. Because you and I have different definitions of that question.
Alright, I know I need the roiling vortexes. Sanctifiers don't do anything. Paths are mediocre. Firecraft seems reasonable because they do have play some amount of counter spells. Searing Blaze is one of our worst cards in the matchup. It can kill things, but usually after it doesn't matter. Board out a Rift Bolt because our opponent has... We're bringing in these in, and our opponent has access to some amount of Ley Lines of Sanctity. So...
It's pronounced interesting, don't you hear it?
Sure. Bonjour? Almost sounds French. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Almost still sounds more French than Spanish.
Maybe Portuguese is a mix.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't want my sound on now.
My wonderful wife turning on the wonderful game ads that she's playing. Sounds like crickets. Cheep, 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 cheep. Okay. Alright, so we need to do this thing. Deal them some damage. Opponent has a Foundation Breaker. Does that change how we play? No, because we have to force them to use that Foundation Breaker, buy us some time. My opponent is evoking their Foundation Breaker. Like a good neighbor, Foundation Breaker is there. I know, don't give up your day job. My wife's already told me that tonight. Triggered me this, Batman. And there's another Violent Outburst. Okay. They fetch away the Violent Outburst. And they get misty-eyed. Alright, I'm going to spike your face. That so doesn't sound right. I'm going to bolt your face. Sounds a little less...
It don't sound right.
What, bolting or spiking?
Either or.
Alright, so my opponent's taking the last relevant card in their hand. We're going to put a bunch of stuff in play. Our stuff's going to die. And then we're going to want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Oh, got a myth will do. Here comes the violent outburst. Yes, thank you, Andre. That's what my wife said as well, that it is, in fact, Portuguese. So, I do appreciate that. So my opponent is going to put in 8, 10 power in play, take our monster, a Swizzle Spear, and not that that was a relevant draw against their living end anyway. So the upside is if we draw Boros Charm, it's lethal right now, and they have to pitch if they have Force of Negation. The downside is if we draw exactly Skewer the Critics, we can't cast it right now. And it's literally the only card in our card. Yeah, only card in our card. Only card in the deck that I can't cast right now. Only card that I can't card. That I can't card. That I can't card.
Just don't get carded.
That's more like... Nope, I take that back. There was another card I couldn't cast. Good to know. Hopefully they don't grief me again. No, I forgot that I boarded in the Exquisite Firecrafts. So... But it is also an uncounterable card. So no matter what they have, oh, we won! Yay!
I kind of wish I needed like New Year's Eve low horny thingy that goes.
That is ironically the second match we've won because of Exquisite Firecraft this league. So, as far as wrapping the list for the year, I like where the deck is. I know Ragavan isn't, or Ragavan or the Grinch, whatever we're calling it tonight, is not exactly everybody's favorite Magic card to be playing in Burn. Burn is generally considered a budget Modern deck, and Ragavan is definitely not a budget Modern card. Often itself being worth a third of the value of the deck. So, but the other options, Vexing Devil, Wild Nacatl, something Ronin. One of these days I will look these cards up, I swear. But the Ronin card, the Goblin War, whatever, Plow thing, both of them are just substantially worse than either Nacatl or even Vexing Devil. And those cards are just not playable in Burn at this point. A lot of people have gone towards the Bump in the Night, Flame Rift version of Burn, even eschewing Eidolon. I think that is a way you could potentially go. But in the end, Burn really needs something else printed into it. Either another one-drop creature like a Swift Spirit or a Goblin Guide, or one of the spells similar to, Flame Rift just doesn't cut it. Something like Price of Progress, Fire Blast, Chain Lightning, I think is the card that you could conceivably print into Modern, and it really not upset the balance terribly much, but at the same time give Burn another good option and spell to improve it just that slight little bit. As much as you can tweak Burn's sideboard, there really isn't I don't really know there's a whole lot out there that Burn would be missing. Like maybe, I guess one card I would want to see for something like Burn is a card like Burning Earth, only printed for 3 mana instead of 4, so it's not like a Blood Moon-esque effect, but it still punishes non-basic lands some amount. Burning Earth is 3 in a red. Each time a non-basic land gets tapped, its controller takes 1 damage. I think a card like that in the Modern format could really punish these 3, 4, or 5 color land bases that just try to play the greediest piles they can and then stack on the greed. And stack on the Grinches on top of the greed. But Burn's in a fine place wrapping up the year. It's not terrific. It's not good. It's not bad. It's playable. As far as the rest of the holiday season, like I said, this was going to be our final stream for 2022. I will try to do some content for the VODs channel on YouTube off screen. Just, unfortunately, we're traveling for the holidays to see my lovely family and my wife's lovely family that we cannot wait to spend time with and enjoy spending time with them. Unfortunately, we will be traveling the next 2 weekends, so the Sunday stream will return the 8th of January. So, but unfortunately, we'll be missing the next 2 weeks. And I'm wearing the antlers, and she even got me antlers and an elf hat. Yay!
I couldn't find the antlers blinking.
Yes, because we needed to highlight my forehead even more.
Yes.
They'll be blinded by the light. Anywho, hoping to wrap this up. I hope wish everybody a Merry Christmas, or if you happen to celebrate another holiday. For those of you who don't have a family or friends, I really hope that somebody can brighten your this time of year. And I really hope that you can start off on a positive note in 2023. And if you're struggling, I hope things start to look up for you a little bit. So, want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. I think that covers them all. Hope everybody has a holiday. Good holidays, and Merry Christmas to all. And to all, a good New Year.